Hello students, today we are going to read Second Coming by W.B. Yeats. But before reading the poem or analyzing it, let's have a brief introduction of its poet W.B. Yeats. Born in 1865, this greatest Irishman and one of the greatest figures in modern English poetry, this poet winds up the transitional stage from Victorianism to modern poetry. He was awarded the Nobel Prize for Literature in 1923. Yeats is considered a dreamer and a visionary, one who was fascinated by folklore, ballad, and superstitions of Irish peasantry. To fully appreciate Yeats' poems, one has to be familiar with the Yeats' personal system and Irish history and mythological stories. Besides this, to understand his poetry, we have to take account of his interest in magic, occultism, theosophy, and complex symbolism, which takes on multiple meanings in his poems. Well, students, he wrote much and on various topics like ancient legends, mythology, folklore, politics, history, and constantly making new myths of his own. Now, from these topics that he was very imaginative and interested in prophetic visions. Our poem, Second Coming, is one example of this talent. His early poetry is romantic, having all the major characteristics of major characteristics of romanticism, that is sensuous word pictures, remote haunting fairy world, vague uncertain light, which bestowed on him the title the last of the great romantics. But into his later poetry, he changed from 19th century romantic to the 20th century realistic poet, depicting stark, naked realism with its brutality and coarseness in masculine, forceful way and in a language of everyday use. Because of his love for symbols, which he kept growing from simple to complex, personal, and individual, he is regarded as the chief exponent of a symbolist movement in England. Now, he may not be a Shakespeare, a Dante, or a Milton, but he must certainly rank with the greatest poets of all ages. Clint Brook regards Yeats as a great myth maker. Yeats invents new myths, uses old ones in change contexts, and invests them with the new significance. This trait of his craft is also noticeable in Second Coming, where he creates the vision of a new civilization. In the next session, we will go through the text of this poem and will enjoy the beauties of his vision and craftsmanship. Well, for the time being, thank you for joining today's class. Thank you, students.